Hello everyone. Welcome to IAS. Let's discuss today's prelims topics. Question 1. Consider the following statements about human brain. 1. Weighing about 3 pounds in the average adult, the brain is about 60% fat. 2. The brain itself is a muscle. 3. The largest part of the brain, the cerebellum, initiates and coordinates movement and regulates temperature. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is A. Weighing about 3 pounds in the average adult, the brain is about 60% fat. The remaining 40% is a combination of water, protein, carbohydrates and salts. The brain itself is not a muscle. It contains blood vessels and nerves, including neurons and glial cells. Gray and white matter are two different regions of the central nervous system. In the brain, gray matter refers to the darker, outer portion, while white matter describes the lighter, inner section underneath. In the spinal cord, this order is reversed. The white matter is on the outside and the gray matter sits within. The brain itself is not a muscle. The cerebrum, front of the brain, comprises gray matter, the cerebral cortex, and white matter at its center. The largest part of the brain, the cerebrum, initiates and coordinates movement and regulates temperature. Other areas of the cerebrum enable speech, judgment, thinking and reasoning, problem solving, emotions, and learning. Other functions relate to vision, hearing, touch, and other senses. Question to consider the following statements about. 1. An earthquake is what happens when two blocks of the earth suddenly slip past one another. 2. The location below the earth's surface where the earthquake starts is called the epicenter, and the location directly above it on the surface of the earth is called the hypocenter. 3. Earthquakes are recorded by instruments called seismographs. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. The location below the Earth's surface where the earthquake starts are called the hypocenter, and the location directly above it on the surface of the Earth is called the epicenter. Earthquakes are recorded by instruments called seismographs. Question 3. With reference to natural arch, consider the following statements. 1. Natural arches commonly form where inland cliffs, coastal cliffs, fins, or stacks are subject to erosion from the sea, rivers, or weathering, subaerial processes. 2. Most natural arches are formed from narrow fins and sea stacks composed of sandstone or limestone with steep, often vertical, cliff faces. 3. Formation of the natural arch could be due to fault activities and the nature of lithotype which have enhanced the process of subaerial weathering over a long period. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is C. The State Unit of the Geological Survey of India, GSI, has proposed to declare the natural arch in the Kanika range of Sundargarh Forest Division, believed to be dating back to the Jurassic period, a geo-heritage site. If it is done, it will be the biggest natural arch of the country to have the geo-heritage tag. Question 4. Consider the following statements about Bangkok Vision 2030. 1. It will be adopted by the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, Summit. 2. This would be an overarching kind of document and give direction to the organization, and the eminent person group would also be guided by that. 3. Indonesia presented Bangkok Vision 2030 aiming to build a prosperous, resilient, and open, pro-BIMSTEC by 2030. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is A. The grouping comprises Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Thailand. In 2022, the BIMSTEC Charter was adopted, which lays the foundation for it to function as a full-fledged organization. It will be adopted by the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multisectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation (BIMSTEC) Summit. Thailand presented Bangkok Vision 2030, aiming to build a prosperous, resilient and open, pro-BIMSTEC by 2030. Question 5. With reference to the Geminid meteor shower, consider the following statements. 1. Unlike most meteor showers that originate from comets, the Geminid stream appears to originate from an asteroid known as 3200 Phaethon. The Geminid meteor shower occurs when the Earth passes through the trail of dust and debris left by 3200 Phaethon. 3. This annual phenomenon is best observed during its peak, which typically falls in mid-December. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is C. Question 6. With reference to phosphorus, consider the following statements. 1. Phosphorus is the fundamental unit of the structure of DNA. 2. It's a vital part of cell membranes and energy-carrying molecules existing in all forms of life on Earth. 3. Phosphorus, a key element for various biological processes, has been discovered in icy grains spewed from the interior ocean of Jupiter's moon Enceladus. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. Phosphorus, a key element for various biological processes, has been discovered in icy grains spewed from the interior ocean of Saturn's moon Enceladus. The new discovery, published by a German-led international team of scientists, was based on a review of data collected by NASA's Cassini spacecraft, the first to the planet, during its 13-year exploration of the giant planet, its rings, and its moons from 2004 to 2017. The scientists earlier found minerals and organic compounds in Enceladus ice grains excluding phosphorus, the least abundant of 6 chemical elements considered necessary to all living things, and is found in the bones and teeth of humans and animals. Phosphorus is the fundamental unit of the structure of DNA and RNA and a vital part of cell membranes and energy-carrying molecules existing in all forms of life on Earth. The new discovery made Enceladus, the 6th largest among Saturn's 146 known natural satellites, a potential option as a habitable place in the solar system beyond Earth, if only to microbes. Question 7. Consider the following statements about International Energy Agency, IEA. 1. This is an organization dedicated to maintaining a steady supply of oil throughout the world. 2. It was founded in response to the 2005 oil crisis, in which the supply chain for oil temporarily broke down. 3. This is a Riyadh-based autonomous intergovernmental organization established in the framework of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is A. This is a Paris-based autonomous intergovernmental organization established in the framework of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, in 1974. It was founded in response to the 1973 oil crisis, in which the supply chain for oil temporarily broke down. In recent years, the IEA has also focused on renewable energy and initiatives focused on environmental protection and stopping climate change. The IEA has made 3 interventions in recent years. In 1991, 2005, and 2011. In each instance, IEA member countries released oil from their national reserves to help address a temporary disruption in supply. It is best known for the publication of its annual World Energy Outlook. Question 8. Consider the following statements about Vaishvik Bharatiya Vaigyanik Vaibhav Fellowships Program. 1. To connect the Indian science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM) diaspora with Indian academic and R&D institutions for collaborative research work leading to sharing of knowledge, wisdom, and best practices in the frontier areas of science and technology. 2. The Vaibhav Fellow would identify an Indian institution for collaboration and may spend up to 2 months in a year for a maximum of 5 years. 3. To be implemented by the Department of Science and Technology, DST, Ministry of Science and Technology, would be awarded to outstanding scientists, technologists of Indian origin, NRI OCI PIO, who are engaged in research activities in their respective countries. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. The Vaibhav Fellow would identify an Indian institution for collaboration and may spend up to 2 months in a year for a maximum of 3 years. Thank you, everyone. Do subscribe to this channel. Use code SPLIVE to join Unacademy.